Let's face it, no one ever left home to become one with the crowd. No one ever hit the road without a drive and without a need to succeed. No one, never. Because the whole idea to start on your own is to find your passion, to discover something novel, moving, inspiring, to discover something new and extraordinary in yourself, the idea and the business you choose to do. Consider a new role. Find an entrepreneur in you. Take risks. Crave for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion, and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in, it has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business for them. In today's webinar, we are excited to introduce you a modern biryani brand called Waah Hydrabadi. Waah Hydrabadi is a modern biryani brand that blends tradition with innovation. Born in Chennai in 2021, the brand was created by a family with over 25 years of experience in the food industry who have successfully run popular biryani chains in past. What makes Waah biryani special is its authentic recipe, homemade spice blends, and a strong focus on quality and consistency. In just a short span, the brand has grown rapidly from multiple outlets in Chennai, serving thousands of customers every month, and also it recognized among the top 5 brands on Swiggy and Zomato. With its proven business model and high customer loyalty, and plan to expand across India, it has become a leading biryani to become a leading biryani brands for the food lovers. And they have now come up with a franchise business model. And to talk more about this, I'm joined with the founder himself. Mr. Raj is the founder of this brand. I'm joined with all my colleagues. Amrish is the head of business in Mumbai. Sarath is the business head from Karnataka, and then Arlan is our head of business from Chennai. So before we talk more about the brand and the business opportunity, I would like to inform all the viewers that you also have opportunity to ask questions related to the brand or the business. In case if you will have any question, my request is to please keep on posting it into the Q&A box, and we will take them up once the presentation is over. But before we welcome Raj sir, I would really like Raj sir, in case if we start with your introductions, and then we will move on to the presentation part. Yeah, over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for the starting of the meeting. Yeah, good afternoon, all. Thanks for coming on a Monday afternoon. I'm sure it's one of the busiest days of the week. Thanks once again. So to give me a basic introduction about me, I actually come from a background of food business family. We have multiple brands in across India in various states, and I've been in this business for past 9 years. Initially, was supporting my family with other brands in from Delhi to establish their foothold in South. Post which in 2021, I started that particular initiative in 2018. Post that in 2021, I came out of that particular business to set up my own brand for various right reasons. So I started this brand called Waah Hydrabadi, Waah Hydrabadi in 2021 December. We launched our first store in 2022 March in Chennai in one of the prime locations. Basically, it was a test for me to understand that can I actually start my own brand without taking any support of legacy brands of the family. And I was fortunate enough to say that within 90 days we could actually beat the figures of my family brand, which was running in Chennai for the past 3 years. And thereon, it grew multifold both on the size, revenue, and the profitability. So far, it is managed within the company itself. We have not franchised anything. So, given the growth and given the response in the market, there have been many other queries from other parts of the India saying that why don't you establish your brand across India? That's when this idea of partnering with franchise Indias came across, and here we are today to discuss how we could actually further grow this brand for myself and everybody who was equal interested partner going forward. To give you a brief on how we grew, I can take you to a small present deck what we had created, and it basically will give a fair enough idea that how we have performed so far and how we are looking to grow it further.
Right.
I hope you guys can see the screen what I'm sharing.
Yeah, I can see this. You just need to put it to the full screen mode. Yeah, perfect.
I think it's in the full screen mode now. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So we are right now in about 7 locations in Chennai, operational for past 3+ years. We initially started one branch in 2022 March, like I told you, where I set my operations. Like any new baby, it took almost 90 days to even see if the market would even give us any kind of a support. First 1 month, I think we hardly did about a lakh and a half business. That is March 2022. And again, in that one of like, I think it's mostly the friends and families who try to encourage us. We did about lakh 20, a lakh 30 only for the entire month. And the month of April, we kind of scaled up to 3.5 lakhs. But by the month of May and June 2022, we kind of broke the threshold of first 1 million rupees, 10 lakhs, then we crossed 15 lakhs. Thereafter, we have not looked back in this Ananaga branch, which we started fast, and we've been clocking an average of 16 or 17 lakhs. Just to give you a background of the branch, it's a very small 14-seater branch only, but still we kind of generate this kind of numbers. And the food what we were serving, the name of Waah Hyderabadi, quickly caught the attention of the customers, and we with by month of June 2022, we opened one more kitchen in the other side of Chennai, and together we are doing a close to about 25 lakhs plus each month. With this kind of response from the market, IIT Madras, which is one of the largest IITs in the Chennai, they had approached us to start and operate their food court within the campus, and we've been successfully doing this for past 3 years, I would say. Yeah, we started in month of July 2022 or August 2022, so it makes it almost 3 years. This is one of our very close to heart kind of a branch because it's serving students for for almost three plus years, and we are by God's grace we're still going strong there. It is a subsidized offering to the students, and but we still do well because of the volumes that we generate out of that place. And it's also a good opportunity in any educational institute because it has 365 days kind of a business. There could be a couple of months because of holidays and break in between, but even still, then we kind of break even those months. That was a third outlet. I think that's how we closed the year March 2024 with 3 outlets, and by God's grace and for the fantastic response for the customers, we closed about 3.2 crores of revenue that particular year. Cut to April 23 to March 2024, we expanded two more outlets. One being one of the first venture into an IT park food court of Capital Land. It's also called Lasandas IT Park. Well, I think there's a second IT park to be established in Chennai in the year 2020. I think year 2003 or 4. So it's a legacy IT park, and very good response we got from there. Even though I was reluctant initially, because I thought it's only a 5 day week, and how is it going to be? It's only going to be lunchtime. There can't be a dinner time, because we've been operating this morning 11 to night 12 kind of a setup before that, be it of IIT Madras or my retail outlets. But to our surprise, it was one of the best business models to venture into for few reasons. One, the investment per se. So any investor would look at how much I'm going to invest and how much I'm going to, get it in returns and how quickly I want to get these returns. So that perspective, and any food court, captive food court, essentially IT parks or any corporate IT parks, corporate parks, you have this captive crowd, and they are actually, in a captive food court setup, you will have business from first minute, day one. Whereas in a retail scenario, you need those 90 days or 60 days to establish a brand, to do the marketing, to do various activities, to show this we are there here. But in a food court setup or a captive setup, that is not the case. You would have success very quickly, and if you are good, if you are consistent, your quality is good, your pricing is right, and everything is done in right way, your quick turnaround on the on the break even. Break even is very quick. At times you can do it in a month itself, and your ROI could be, some cases I've got my ROI in less than 10 minutes as well. And I won't say worst case scenario. At the most, you can break even in 16 months or 14 to 16 months, depending upon the size of the investment, depending upon the size of the IT park, and depending also the salaries of those particular IT parks. What is more critical in any IT park would be what are the kind of companies they have there, what is the average salaries that they pay there, and do those IT parks have companies have their own canteen kind of a setup or not? So all these things worked our way. So at times it is good to be proven wrong when things go your way. So Ascenders was the fourth unit what we had launched. I think that was in the June 2023. So in the same year, we opened one more kitchen in one of the prime areas of central Chennai called Mount Road. Uh, I was giving it a 90 days to reach a benchmark of 10 lakhs, but to my surprise, we did 12 lakhs in 45th day, from 45th day. So that actually was a learning for me to know that, well, I'm already there in the market. People know us, people are encouraging us, and we're trying to compete with the legendary names, brands which are then more than 50, 70 years, and not affecting their business, not succumbing to their power. We were establishing our own market niche and also a market share. So within 2 years, I think that year I was doing some analysis with Swiggy and Zomato. We are in the top 12 of Chennai city, which is not a joke, because we are talking about such a big city with such a big lot more brands with many more branches. When I'm saying I'm number 12, I'm talking about only 2 or 3 outlets. I'm not talking about these food courts that are involved. So that was the journey from March 2024. We closed about 5.6 crores of revenue with 5 outlets, and cut to 2020, year 2025, we had opened one more food court in World Trade Center, which is one of the largest IT parks in Chennai by Brigade. And by that was June, July last year, 2024. And in very quick time, we also opened one more food court in Tata Realty. It's called Ramanujam, one of the largest IT parks in Chennai, maybe the second or third largest, in September 24. And so by the closing of this March 2025, we generated a revenue of 7.7 crores within a very short period of time. So in these 3 years of journey, we grew by almost 70%, both on the size, both on the revenue, and both on the profitability also. So this has been my journey. I'll show you some figures to establish what I have told you. So this was a growth in last 4 financial years. This is the first outlets count year on year. We first year itself we could do 3 outlets. By March 25, we had about 5 outlets. By March 2025, we had 7 outlets. This year, we are starting 2 more outlets. One is in DLF Cyber City, and one we are actually zeroed on one college. I could share the details once I have my agreements in place. And on average, we do about lakh plus orders or lakh and a half orders in IIT Madras. In Ananaga, we do close to about 50,000 orders, 50,000 plus plates. And everywhere we do an average of close to 200 plates per day basis. And our ratings have been quite decent thanks to the customers. We are averaging between 4.3 to 4.4 after 3.5 years. I think it is not a small achievement as per the industry standard. And we also been rated up as top voted as top three restaurants in the country in a particular cuisine. These awards are done by Swiggy and Zomato, basis the customer voting, purely on the customer voting. So this is on the journey growth so far, and it's kind of some few recognitions what we had got with our hard work and efforts in the right place. And moving on, how we plan to grow is in this year, when we March 25, we did about 7.75, but the run rate would actually amount to a 9 plus store scenario because a couple of outlets open only in the month of July, August, and September, October times. They have scaled up for the entire year. We would be crossing about 9 crores this particular year, not adding any more branches. DLF, I think we would be operational this month, so that would definitely make us cross about 10 plus store kind of a scenario. Our focus now and for next 2 years is to establish a business model which would give a minimum business guarantee to the company-owned outlets or also the same franchisee outlets. There would be no prejudice in how we look at business, how you want to establish business. So we have strong partnerships with few of the market players who operate these food courts by the name of Vistara, Hungerbox, SmartQ. These companies have their agreements with all the top-notch IT parks, corporate houses, and also your commercial malls across India. We have a partnership with them, and the day we are ready to expand any part of the country, we would activate those partnerships and we will scope those particular places and see if these places are good enough, commercially viable, and do these opportunities result in good profits to us and to the franchisee owners. So we have the plan in place, we have the opportunity, we have locations also earmarked accordingly for the next 2 3 years kind of growth what we are looking at. So that is what it is. And for the next year, I would say by March 2027, we're actually looking at least anywhere between 15 to 20 outlets with an average revenue of 25 crores. And we're looking at a bottom line of at least 12% to any from any outlet of all the taxes and the costs, etc., etc. So in a 13%, 14% kind of profitability scenario, your ROI would be less than 16 or 18 months. I think that basically I'm saying that you get your returns 100% within 16 or 18 months. Some cases it could take at a maximum of 24 months, which is still one of the best models. What we had personally, invested, experience, and tested the all kind of business models, and and the journey of all the struggles, challenges, failures we already faced that. Now we are come with a strong learning that what works, what could work, what might not work. So we have a better sense of establishing further growth areas. And I think everybody knows today that nothing sells like biryani. Biryani, I think there's some thousand recipes of biryani in this country, and every biryani in a particular geography sells its own way. But when it comes to Hyderabadi biryani, I don't think it's got any geography attached to it. Everybody likes to have Hyderabadi biryani, and I think we are giving that as a great opportunity to any of the investors who are keen to walk this journey with us, right? And and also one of the key factors is many players come, many players go because this business takes at least 2 or 3 years to stand the ground, to weather the conditions of the market, and it's a very high cash centric to establish a brand. That is the journey, that are the challenges, all those pain points I had already gone through. Now we are handing over a proven model, proven product, and proven operations to the any keen investors to go forward. And market size, I think this 2000 crores, 1500 crores, I think are not really the figures. It could be much more than that because when people take this data all these mechanisms, etc. They don't even consider the informal sector or unorganized sector. Because today you walk any road in any part of India, there are only two things that sell, right? Biryani, 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 which you get from 50 rupees to about 1000 rupees anywhere in the market. So the market wise, it is huge and it is not going to be dying forever. Biryani will always be there, and no matter how far you want to foresee the future, it will beat all those, all those projections and all those, expectations. It's been surprising a lot of people. I mean, there are many brands which have grown in past 5, 6 years, and the kind of response they've gotten from the market, from the investor segment, from the expansion side, it's been phenomenal. It's been shocking people across the industries. This is basically, let's say, if I'm the model of how we would be doing distribution, assuming we're giving out franchises in Hyderabad or Chennai, we'll be very clear saying that we will be supplying the food from our central kitchen. This gives the consistency across all outlets, irrespective of the ownership of the outlet. And also, we clearly demark the distance between each outlet. Here, I said 5 kilometers. I could actually extend maybe 7 kilometers as well. So, one outlet would not cannibalize other outlets' business. So we would have handle the entire sales, supply part, recipe, production, everything. We'll also support you on the branding, manpower, etc. All we expect from a franchisee on a FOCO model is, FOFO model. That is, franchisee will be owning it, franchise will be operating it. We want you to be hands-on on how the daily operations are done. Right? We would be open for a FOCO model also where you invest and we operate it for a year. But on a FOFO model as well, or a FOCO model, I want the investors to be hands-on, because when you're putting in money someplace, you should know what goes into it and what is working, what is not working. Whereas all the 10 out of 10 support systems will be given from our end, trained, experienced, worked with us kind of a manpower only. Any point of time, we would not be giving you a new person from a market to handle your business. That we are very clear. This is something for a later discussion. And if there's somebody from Chennai, you can look at this slide. We are there in World Trade Center, Ascendas and Tri and Ramanujam. We would have an opportunity to do something on OMR beyond Toraipagamar, Sholing and Allur. Same way in central Chennai, we are there present in T Nagar. We are coming in Porur and DLF. We can have two more outlets in Chennai if anybody is coming forward to open a branch in Chennai. So these are the figures for the last year. I was telling you that we did about 7.7 crores last year. My average outlet revenue would be approximately 10 lakhs plus per month. So we do about crore plus each outlet. Wherever it is less than that, like Ramanujam is showing about 40 lakhs, only about 4 months. World Trade Center is about 6 months. Otherwise, you can see we do, these are all figures that are filed. And this is how we do business. 12 lakhs is an average production of capacity of each outlet. You could look at about anywhere between 15 to 18% kind of a bottom line. There are seasons which you might do less, for example, a holiday period or a rainy season, etc. But the other good months would compensate for such shortfall months. Moving on, yeah, this is what a typical cost to set up a food court looks like. And we have given two models to go forward. I mean, be it for us or be it for the investor segment. Uh, there would be obviously a franchisee fee, which would cover all the operational setup costs and everything. And any food court, the equipment inventory would cost anywhere about 7.5 lakhs. Max, it could go up to 10 lakhs, not much. And point of sale, hardware, software, all those licenses would cost you about a lakh or so. And working capital is something which is required if you're going on a retail standalone kind of a scenario. For a food court, all you need is about 15 to 20 days kind of a working capital. Because like I told you, in a food court scenario, your business will be from day one. So the burn wouldn't be much in those cases in a food court scenario. If you're going for a retail outlet, yes, you need to have at least a 3 months kind of working capital that would cover your rents, salaries, and some part of the raw material. On the right side, I've given you case one, case two, case three, that an average sale per month, what would be a margin. You could easily generate a margin of anywhere between 16 to 20%, which would be about approximately lakh and a half per month or 2.5 lakh a month. Multiplied by 12 to 16 months is where your ROI is if you're investing about 20 to 27 lakhs. Moving on. And the next model, what we have booked is only a food court, just a food court in ID parks, a malls, or kiosk model. More or less same. I think the only variance would be the security deposit from one place to other. A retail outlet, maybe a security deposit could be a little more, and your interior cost would attract maybe 3 or 4 lakhs. But your turnaround times, your ROIs would always be the same. Not going, no, not going. There won't be a great variance as such. So in this scenario, we would actually take about at least 6 or 7 lakhs as a security deposit is going to be refunded to you. So more or less, you could set up a business under 25 lakhs in both cases with an average, return of investment of at least 17 to 18 lakhs per year. So with our 3 years of experience, we were having about 150 items, 130 items for all these years. But after seeing the data for 3 years, we have analyzed with the pure data, saying that this is what the menu is, which generates almost 90% of your 90% of your business. So we actually brought down the SKUs to an extent where the manpower, which was about 8 or 9 people 1 year back, it's only running with 5 people. That means almost a saving of 40% on the salary cost and their welfare cost, everything. This is what it sells in any place we have. Of late, in few food courts, we added some extra menu in form of grills and shawarmas. And wherever we have done that, is doing exceedingly well by giving almost 20%, 30% scale on the revenue and also on the profitability. So we would be doing that as well, depending upon the size and the culture and the design of those food courts. It only takes one more person extra. For example, we were doing Ramanajam about 8.5 lakhs or 8 lakhs till April 2025. After launching shawarmas and grills, we're doing an average of about 11 plus lakhs in a particular food court, the same particular food court. So it has given us the growth on the revenues, also given us a good margins also at the bottom. So this is what we are so far in short, and these are the few of our outlets. First one was the retail first outlet in Ananaga, the oldest one. We just took a small shop on a pilot, saying that let's see if we're going to do or not, well or not. And fortunately, it does a good 50K kind of a business, 60K kind of business on a daily basis. On a weekends, we do 1 lakh plus. And the second one is a different thing. Sorry, is the wrong picture. Third one is World Trade Center. Fourth is our IIT Madras. Fifth is our Asanda's IT Park. Sixth is our Ramanajam IT Park. And other two are the kitchens, models how we have a kitchen designed. All are big kitchens. At times, irrespective of the kitchen size, at times you get big kitchen, you get a smaller kitchen, but it does not affect our productivity or the sale per se. We do the same kind of business irrespective of the size of the kitchen because the day is spread so that we have enough time to cook and deliver. Right. So thank you. This is what we had to show you at this point of time.
Thank
Hope,
you.
yeah.
All right. Yep, we are now open for the questions, right? In case if anyone have any questions related to this brand, I think you can start putting it into the Q&A now, Q&A box. Let's talk about the biryani. It is just not a dish, but it is India's most loved comfort food, and the number prove it. I mean, in case if you look into this Swiggy delivery, I mean, Swiggy delivered in 2024, they delivered 83 million biryani orders. That is about like 158 biryanis every single minute, right? That is how the importance is. Also, I mean, Hyderabad, of course, topped the chart with nearly 10 million plates, followed by the Bangalore and Chennai. So that absolutely says that we really have a great opportunity in Chennai, Bangalore, and of course Hyderabad. Now, if you look into this business in India, particularly, it is almost like 30 to 38 crores, 38,000 crore rupees, and it is growing with a CAGR of 10 to 12% every day. And what really makes it interesting, that only about 10 to 15% of this market is organized, meaning branded outlets or the cloud kitchens. And the rest is still unorganized, which shows there are a massive space for professional franchise-driven players to grow, right? So this opportunity is just not limited to the metro cities, but also this opportunity can be taken up to two cities, tier three cities, because these cities are also showing strong demand, but very little organized supply. We have. So, this is indeed a great opportunity in case if anyone would like to get in touch with us. My request is to please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box. Uh, Before, I would also request in case maybe Sharat or Amarish, in case if you have any questions, we would, to put forward from your side, because Amarish, for example, you take care of the Mumbai business. How do you see this opportunity in particularly Mumbai or maybe as in all over Maharashtra for biryani business?
So when it comes to say biryani market, so it's a very trending market. It's growing day by day. So as we can see the stats, the growth of this biryani market is more than 1,000%. It is growing day by day, and what we can expect, we have very limited players available in the market. So, we have a lot of customers, though, but those brands are not, enough to cater all the set of customers. So we would be requiring a brand like Wow Biryani, wherein, we can uh, stretch the footprint and we can cater those customers also.
So, just to add what Mr. Amrish has said, to give a perspective on the figures of Mumbai business, our family brand, Biryani, which has got about four locations in Mumbai. Essentially, in Andheri is one location, and one more location, I think I'm not getting the name, very close to IIT Amrish. What is that area? These places, just the kitchens are doing about 20 lakhs per month. You're mute, Bharat.
I'm saying biryani is also yours.
My family.
I recently, visited one of your outlets in Connaught Place in Delhi.
Yeah, that's one of the that's a flagship outlet.
Correct. Right. It is really a huge crowd. I had to wait almost like 20 minutes
Yeah, that's
outside
how
the
it works.
store.
Yeah, so that's how this Waah Hyderabad is born. So coming back to Mumbai, average productivity of a kitchen as per the market standard is about 8 to 11 or 12 lakhs with the best of brand. But Mumbai is madness, right? It's a jungle. So many, the population is humongous. Mumbai is generating almost two times of revenue than any other city. Other cities which are beating the market trend are tier two cities like Bhubaneswar, your Patna, your Ranchi, your Jaipur, your Chandigarh. Like Mr. Amish is saying that people want food, but the supply is less.
Correct.
Yeah, the supply is less. And I think if you can beat the market with the right product quality and also the pricing, then your success will be much faster. If you compare my pricing with my competition, I'm always 15 or 20% lesser. So we also try to control, or rather capture market by giving a right pricing to the customer.
True. But Ras sir, when it comes to talking about the biryani, of course, as you initially said that every region has their own taste and way of preparation. Correct.
Correct.
Because you have been into this. You have a legacy of working in this particular field, so you know this better, right? You
Yeah.
probably have done all the research, right? But
Hmm.
ultimately, wherever you go, right, so everyone compare it with the Hyderabad taste.
Correct.
Well, personally, I have never been to Hyderabad, but
Hmm.
that's the city where I've never been. But still, I, being a biryani lover, I try going multiple outlets
Yeah.
here in Delhi. So
Yeah.
how you compare it, right? What makes you different from rest of the known competitors in the market?
You talking about Hyderabadi or all cuisines put together?
Let's start with the Hyderabadi, by the way.
So I was actually had typical question in the morning session also. How can we be different? We will be different because One simple example is we are small when compared to the bigger brands. We're talking about being 15 or 20 branch outlets, but the real competition is about 100, 150, 200 kind of branches. We don't look at us to cross that beyond a 50 kind of network in all 10, 12 cities put together, essentially to keep the taste, the offering, and the propositions authentic. Because the minute you grow it beyond a certain number, the food or the taste gets diluted. It's a clear example of my own, personal experience as well. And we also focus. My first focus would always be on the skilled manpower. Skilled manpower comes with a little expensive, right? Like any industry, irrespective of what industry you are. But if you make that initial, investment on that kind of a scale, that would take care of a business on a long term. Be it a quality, be it your product finish, be it your SOP, be it your everything that goes into the product, right? But most of the brands tend to compromise once they become a bigger brand. They tend to milk the business with the brand as the what do you call that, USP. But in food business, proof of pudding is eating it, right? How it tastes is what people would come to. Otherwise, that is why we see a lot of larger brands falling down on their scale or the quality over a point of time. We would always try to keep it simple. We would actually not grow beyond the point. We would not be giving off franchises for the sake of generating the revenues. We'll keep it what is good for the brand, what is good for the investor, and we will ensure that the product speaks, nothing else.
Okay, as you said that you're focusing
Yeah,
in southern part of India for your business expansion,
yeah.
right? What all city is in your top 10 list?
So basically, we've been prospecting. We're looking at the green shoots. Entire south. In the south, when I say Chennai, we would be doing some more expansion. We would be doing some expansion in Coimbatore and Madurai. We're definitely looking at Bangalore in the same business model what we are operating at, captive and hybrid model, and we can have one or two outlets in a place like Bangalore or Mysore. And cut to Kerala, Cochin is definitely what I would want to do. Cochin is a great place. Cochin is the most, spending capacity kind of a place in down south. And Cochin crowd also appreciates a lot of food. And there's a lot of IT segment growing in. That means a lot of migrant population going into Kochi. And I'm talking about, I definitely like to challenge Hyderabad and its legacy, because end of the day, it's the food that talks, right? Hyderabad, Vishakhapatnam, and Vizag. Bhubaneswar has been phenomenal as per the data I have for Hyderabadi business, because Bhubaneswar is growing very well, be it on the educational front, a lot of good universities that are there. That means entire country migrant population is establishing there, and also a lot of IT, TCS, Infosys, everybody set up their offices almost 5, 6 years back, and they're also trying to scale those numbers, because state governments have been leveraging this political affiliation, saying that you need to create a lot of local employment in those areas. So these all towns hurt into retail industry, food being one of the predominant done. Bombay, I can do it for sure, because I have two or three propositions already. That instant proposition in the sense we have place to establish. We need to look at people who would want to partner with us to take over Bombay. I think somebody in the morning asked me, how about Delhi? I think Rajat or somebody, I don't know if it's Rajat who asked me in the morning. Delhi also, we have a couple of LOIs in form of food courts. We can work with DLab, we can work with RMCs. We have connects. We say that we are interested. Then if there's a franchisee partner who wants to open up out there, we can start the process. So we would definitely identify the opportunity, then expand mostly. It's not that somebody's giving a money, so we'll take that money and run around the market and see where do we start. So we have a start.
Right.
When we have a start, I mean to say that we have a business model, we have a certain success guaranteed in those areas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rajat, would you like to talk about the investment that we have? So we have like three business models, right?
Yes. So hi everyone. So we have three basic different formats. So I would say so we have a food court model. Second, we have a food court plus cloud kitchen model, and third, we have a diner plus cloud kitchen model. So in the basic, I would say we have taken a 500 square feet for food court, and food court plus cloud kitchen we have took 600 square feet, and plus diner we have taken approximately 1,000 square feet of the model. So total investment you can say 22.5 lakh rupees, 23.7 lakh rupees, and 38, which inclusion of a franchisee fee. So I would say it's one of the feasible model in the food segment, and one of the, I would say, coming from a big house, I would say, of a biryani. Okay, so apart from that, we are charging 5% royalty in every, I would say, format, and you can see the break even also. So this is something we have considered based upon our regular sales. We haven't not inflated, or I would say based upon any, I would say, any hypothetical numbers, but yeah, we have taken as per the generic sales which we are currently doing in our different outlets. So yeah, break even you can see in food court you can get in 16 months. Food court and cloud kitchen is again you can take into 20 months, and in diner you can say 24 months, and that's the where we are giving the contract term for 5 years. And so like in the, I would say, worst scenario also, like in Diner Plus, 24 months you will be, I would say, completing your investment part, and then another 3 years you will be enjoying with the, I would say, with the profit parts over there. So yeah, GST also is not being charged here, but GST wherever is applicable, it will be applied. So this amount is something which is we have seen it's without GST. So now open to any sort of a questions related to the financial model. And yes, we are opening for different location in the pan India, I would say. But yeah, our major focus would be first probably in the southern region, which comprises of every states. We are open for every states in the southern part, and also we are open for the, you can say, other parts of the states also if in case any inquiries come. So yeah, welcome to the question now.
So
Over to you,
this,
Bharat.
all right, thanks, Rajat. The overall investment, does it also include the tax and the 7.5 lakh franchise fee?
Franchisee fees is included, but I would say
Tax is
GST, or I
additional.
would say, yeah, GST is not included in any sort of a figure. So whatever GST is applicable in any sort of a figure will be charged separately.
Okay, Rasa, do we have any pictures which you can show of your existing stores, how it looks like from inside? Any sort of thing that you may have?
Yeah, Raj would definitely show, I would say. Raj, you're on mute, I would say.
If you have any, we can see that. If not, then I think it's a great brand because I personally have tasted, the Bigane biryani. It was great. Not, I mean, absolutely equivalent to one of the, the best brand that I have had ever, tasted. But again, so I can now figure out how this is gonna be. Um, what I mean, how much we spend for the what do you call labor cost? Like what would be how would you be ensuring the taste remain authentic and absolutely have the quality across all your stores?
So
How
basically, yeah. So basically, for a Hyderabadi biryani, there's something called base masala. That base masala is something which is prepared centrally in our one of two. We have two kitchens that are prepared. That base masala is what is actually essential, and what goes into that masala is what makes the difference from one biryani to other, right? And so we have about 7 outlets. We share out about 100 kgs of the masala every day. So this procurement happens from various locations in India, from Gujarat to Rajasthan. Certain raw materials we kind of import on a weekly basis. There are certain ingredients that come from Kerala
okay.
centrally, the spices, etc. Rice we actually source locally, that actually comes from Haryana, but we also have vendors from Haryana and Punjab. They send us the one of the best top grains from that area. Seasonal wise, we'll see what is the price effect here, but the quality doesn't differ because essentially it's a white good, right? I mean, most of the these products are all white goods, so we source from the either directly from the farmers or the mills or from the local wholesalers. That's how we do it. Uh, Essentially, the market uses one of the top brands called Unity. 90% of the market goes
The
to the Unity.
basmati rice or what?
Unity Basmati. That is
Okay.
a best utilized. I mean, the most utilized brand across India today for last about 5 6 years. That's how we do it. Standardization typically happens because we make masala with the top chefs. We have a chief chef who worked with the top brands in last 30, 40 years, 30 years or something. So we supply those base masalas And anybody who joins me going to, let's say if I'm starting a branch in first week of October, we'll onboard this experienced staff only by 15th of September. We get them trained. We get them trained at least 20 or 30 times. And last 3 or 4 days, we'll give them the existing outlet to run. And once we get the feedback, be it the ratings online or the customers direct, then he's good to go. Then we send him to the new outlet. This would be the process we would follow no matter where we do. Tomorrow, if you ask me to open a store in Jammu, that guy will come to Chennai, get trained, or the existing guy would go to Jammu, and then he will bring in a new guy, get him trained, set it up, run it for 60 days, 90 days to the new franchisee owner. Once it is all done, set, processes are set, SOPs are set, then the guy will move on and leave on to the existing team.
And who will take
Replace
care of all the expenses of the training part?
training part will be taken care by us. On the logistics part, when they train and travel, that franchisee owner would take care.
All right. Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, so the training part is yours. Every time we hire a new people, let's say if the first one resign, I mean, leave the franchisee stores, then again I'll hire someone new and we'll send it over to you for the training. You get
Yeah.
them trained and then send them back. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what the process is.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
right.
Do you have any outlets in northern part of India?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's say in case if you get any outlet or any franchisee request, maybe from like Lucknow or maybe Ranchi or
Yeah.
maybe like Kolkata
Yeah.
for a single unit outlets, would you be able to go there?
We can do that, yes. We can do that. Because that anyway, I think it's not wise to start two outlets at the same time because it's not so easy as well. You
Okay.
can start with one, give it a 120 days kind of get 3 or 4 months. In
Mhm.
4 months, that particular branch will give a scope of growth for the second or third outlet. That's the right way to do it.
Okay.
Many times I've seen people opening 6 branches, 7 branches within 6 months of span, but you're not giving it enough time and attention what you should take. Because even today, if I open a branch, I physically anybody can come and see. First 15, 21 days, I'm there in the counter, dishing out the orders, speaking to the customers, setting up the process. That's how it is done. It has to be done.
Okay. Would you like to take the another question in the chat box?
Yes, sure.
In the
So,
Q&A. Yeah. So what would be the number of employees in each store? Is asked by Krishna Kumar.
yeah.
And the next question is in the food court. Let's answer them verbally, right?
They can hear us, right? So in a
Ah.
food court scenario, you would have anywhere between 5 to 6 people at the max. A captive food court. I think my background is a food court for Ramanujam IT Park, what we are at. There I
Uh-huh.
have a manpower of 6 people. Uh, three for biryani, one for Indian starters, etc., one for grill and shawarma, and then there is a counter manager. 6 at max, it go on 7. It is okay because we do a business of about 50,000 plus on a daily basis. And if you say you have about 22 working days since it's an ID park, you're doing about say about 10 lakhs in average. Now to break it down the 10 lakhs, you take your food cost as 40-45%. 4.5 lakhs. Your salary is gone about 1.5 lakhs, 6 lakhs over, and the profit share, I mean the revenue share and etc. to the IT park with what extra would be another 15%, 7.5 lakhs gone, and another miscellaneous you can take gas, logistics, etc. 50,000 gone. You can anyway after taxes have about 1.5 to 1.6 lakhs. That is how it is designed. If it is food court is only giving you 7.5 lakhs business, you can do with 5 people at the best. So I would want to focus on this model, very lean model, how these KFCs or McDonald's operate. They have 6, 7 people, but productivity does not get affected at all, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So in this scenario, we supply food from a central kitchen. So the actual staff salaries average is only 20,000 or less.
Okay.
Yeah, 20,000 or less. Otherwise, a good chef would cost you anywhere between 35 to 45,000. So that cost is taken care by my central operations, that big cost. What will give you is experienced staff because taking out Hyderabadi biryani is a skill. Because there is a masala portion, there is a rice portion, there's a piece portion. You need skilled people in that aspect. So that's why I pay about 18 to 20K. And on the top of it, And a food court business, the business happened between 12:45 to 2:30.
Mhm.
In this 1 hour, 2 hours at the best, you need
True.
to download about 250 orders. That means less than 1 minute or 1 minute you have to give 2 orders. Here, the speed, the skill is required. It's not
So
like a
what?
restaurant scenario.
So your biryani is like what? Dum biryani? I mean, it which takes a longer period of time to prepare, or it is something fast.
No, it takes 45 minutes for sure.
How much?
45 minutes, bare minimum. When all the mixing, marination is ready, it takes 45 minutes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it takes 45
So
minutes.
so there is another question. Chakradhar Doda is asking, in the food court model, which location are available in Chennai, and how will be the operational done?
So in Chennai, we have not zeroed down, but we have about 4 LOIs. If Chakradhar Doda is from Chennai, he would know RMZ in Poror, that is available. Accenture in Sholinganallur, that is available. And SP Info Park in Chennai, it is available. When I say available, there is a contact from them for us to go and scope those cases. And apart from that, we're also looking out to outsource our current running profitable outlets, which you also can look at, be it Asendas or be it Ramanujam or be it DLF Poror, you can look at. Even DLF Taramani is going to be available from month of January. So we have about 3 food courts coming up in Chennai.
Okay. Are
Yeah,
you?
4.
Right. For my interest, I'm just asking you in case if
Yeah,
you are open for Gurgaon or Delhi
yeah,
for a single outlet.
yeah.
Are you open for that?
I would be open. Essentially for Gurgaon, it's a good location. It's going to work very well for me and for the investor. Why not?
Fantastic.
And we have a good bench of staff also. So identifying staff and sending them is not a challenge for us because we've been in for last 10 years in the industry. We have some good reputation among that segment also, that we are pay on time. We take good care of them. We give them good accommodation. We don't get too much into what they eat. We are happy if they're eating good food and happy to work with us. These factors work very well for you when you're running this kind of businesses. You should take care of your staff. I mean, I'm not saying that make them a family. Give them respect. Give them decent living. Give them decent food to eat, and then you would actually not face a challenge in identifying 4 people. One guy will bring you 5 people.
Okay. Great. There is another question. Has any location been identified in Bangalore?
Bangalore, we have not identified as such, but we have few things on mind. We can look at it if somebody is coming forward to start something in Bangalore. Within 2-3 weeks, we can identify 1 or 2 good spots. Good for you, good for everyone types.
Right. Can you also share idea about the pricing, right, as compared to the competitor? And also, I mean, first let us know about what's the average price.
So fine, good question to ask. Pricing, for example, if I'm taking, let's say, university, let's
Hmm.
say I'm taking, let's talk about Bangalore. If I'm talking about Indian Institute of Sciences, it's a government body. They would not charge you much on the rents, and they could be subsidized also on the electricity and water. They would expect you to pass on those benefits to the students there, right? So there we're going to have a subsidized rates as long as we have our 15% margin, right? Now cut to the open market segment. You have a DLF in Bangalore, I hope so, and you have a RMZ in Bangalore. There the pricing is completely depends upon what are their revenue shares. In any scenario, these days markets operate in two things. One is minimum guaranteed rent or a revenue share, whichever is higher. When you
Mhm.
say minimum guaranteed rent, whether you operate or not, you have to pay that lakh or 50,000, 70,000. Revenue
Right.
share, for example, if you're doing a 10 lakhs business, if the minimum guarantee is 80,000, but 12% is going to generate the 1.2 lakhs, right? That's the minimum revenue share. So we'll consider all these aspects. What is the revenue share by the particular property and what are the other charges, based on which we will have a pricing done. So to give you a gist about this, in IIT Madras, I sell the same quantity biryani at 145, 150 rupees only. But as DLF, I sell it at 255. Such huge price variation.
For one person.
One person, yes.
Okay.
Yes, a product. How do you do a product pricing, right? You need to see what is the saleability of the particular product in the market. What is going to margins? So the margins would involve your operation expenses, your salaries, your input costs, cost of goods, etc. And what is the basic return? In IIT Madras, my commercials are about 8%, but other places about 24, 25%. So the pricing is done as per that. And to be all fair, also we would also use certain ingredients to compete with such kind of a low costing, high costing. We might give them slightly a 5%, 10% better product, but not a great variation as such.
What is the net margin I can expect in case if I go for my single unit outlet, let's say in Delhi somewhere?
On a business, you should not expect anything less than 12 to 14% of all the costs.
12 to 14% net
12 to
margin.
14%
Right.
margin on the
And
business.
how much the tickets, how much business do I need to have day wise per day?
On a food court scenario, you should have anything more than 7 lakhs. On a 7 lakhs business, you would definitely do more than a lakh profit
Monthly, right? Okay.
monthly. Yeah, on a food court scenario, captive food court scenario, your benchmark should be 7 plus lakhs. You
Uh,
do in
how you do this in day one, like per day? How
per
many
day would be
days?
35,000,
Okay.
35,000 to 40,000 per day. On a kitchen scenario, you should do anything more than 10 lakhs because the commercials with Zomato and Swiggy are higher than, right? And if you're doing an outlet, high street outlet where you have three models, let's say you have a small dining of 24 seats to 32 seats, and then you have Swiggy and Zomato. If you're doing anything 15 to 16 lakhs of business, you do a solid 15% returns. See, the game is not how much you're doing in a month. The game is how much you're investing on that particular business.
How
If
much you're
you're
investing in what?
in that particular business,
Okay.
overall investment, if you're doing anything less than 25, 28 lakhs, and you're doing these figures, what I'm telling you, you'll make very good and quick money. Because how much is you're going to invest is not going to really translate into how much of money you're going to, how much
So
business you're going to do.
right. And how much time, I mean, based on your experience so far, whatever experience, I mean, stores you opened, what do you think the ideal location for rest of two formats, not the mall?
Best. I would not say look at the malls right now because malls have even more obnoxious commercials than Swiggy's and Zomatos. Look at corporate establishments. There are few, for example, one of my outlet, DLF, it gives me both Swiggy, Zomato, public, and also the captive crowd. Identify such places where you have business 365 days.
Okay.
Or identify a captive crowd, like when you have the IT parks, Bangalore is magical and Hyderabad is magical. We will identify those IT parks where you do at least 40,000 per day with at least 15 to 17% kind of a margin per day.
Right.
Hmm.
Let's
And that too if you're working, sorry, and that too if you're professional having your core career activity, this becomes easier because another reason why I was also working professional till 2 years back. I said this about 5 years. For me, it's easier. While I was working one of the top organizations as vice president sales and marketing in a restaurant scenario, from the footpath to your stop to the kitchen, everything is your responsibility. Your maintenance, your electricity, your waters, your corporations, etc. In a restaurant scenario or a main street scenario. In a food court scenario, your job is only to take care of the kitchen and production. From the counter, it is the property manager's responsibility. All the plumbing, electricity, DGs is taking care of that. That means आपका काम सिर्फ only to cook and serve. That's it.
correct.
Nothing is here. So this is it's a very good model for working professionals or businessmen with other businesses because main headache is running the operations after production that you don't have in this scenario.
All right, let's take the last question from the audience. If you can just
Yeah.
say that in the Q&A.
How flexible is royalty and support is not the profit? Okay, I think it's a fair question. How about staffing if franchisee couldn't find the right fit? How flexible in royalty and support? Uh, See, the entire thing is that we're going to find you a right fit. And when I'm giving a FOFO model, that is, you operate you take care of the operations. There is certain amount of responsibility that fall on you, right? I can give you a proven business model, and you should be involved, because end of the day, a staff can only be a staff, but the owner is the one who's going to be the creator of the particular business. Having said that, we're going to have very flexible agreement with the help of Franchisee India, not only in entering into the agreement, also the exit part. We can look at that, and it's going to be long term. So, in business, I'm sure if you're a businessman, you would understand what I'm saying. That there are good months, there are bad months, then average months. You need to have the journey go through the journey to understand how anything works at all. An advantage of taking a franchise is that we have gone through the journey and we have made our mistakes. We have learned from those mistakes, and we would want to have more or less, everyone to make money so that it's a long-term relationship, and we also make some good value out of it. Is what I would look at it.
Great. Let me just check in case. All right. So I think that's it for the day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Let me just check in case since there is a central kitchen concept, how will it be if you start the first outlet in Bangalore?
One second. How will it be? No, we would not have a central kitchen, Mr. Krishna, if you are starting with the first outlet. We'll start with the outlet with you. Later on, if it's expanding, we'll make it centralized. Because
Then
central
we'll
kitchen, it's very expensive on a concept. It would cost you at least 30 plus lakhs. And places like Bangalore, Chennai are very expensive, like you and I would know. Initially, the very security deposit is going to take away so much of money from you and me. Bangalore, we give you the best chef who work with me or working with me. And when you want to grow it to 2 or 3 outlets, then you would only come to us and say that I need a centralized kitchen for a logistics. And one more thing, centralized kitchen works only well if it is more than 7 or 8 outlets, not for 2 or 3 outlets. Because idea of centralized kitchen is one is cost control, second thing is consistency. Uh, but it's okay if your Jayanagar branch has one taste and if your Gandhinagar has one taste, people don't care as long as the food is good. But the point is, logistics is going to be difficult in a place like Bangalore, Bombay, Hyderabad, and Delhi. People have tried decentralized concepts, food does not reach on time. Yeah. So we would take it on a case to case basis. My answer is not an yes, answer is not a no. But yeah, we would go stage wise, case to case wise. But you should be worried about am I giving you the recipe supply chain and the manpower and the SOPs, etc. That I will give you from day one. I'll supply with the entire SOP recipe of the biryanis and the main, all the top sellers, trained people who worked with me for at least a year or so, or 6 months or so, and consistent supply of those ingredients. And other entire raw material would be sourced by you locally. They also will give you a support because we partnered with Zomato. 80% of your raw material is sold by Zomato. It will come to your particular outlet. That supply chain also will take care.
Great. Yep, there is a feedback also for you. I love the taste of Waah biryani. Anna
Yeah, thank
Nagar,
you.
nice to see you, Raj. Would like
Wow.
to talk more in details on the franchisee. I think
It's so
Secretary,
nice to know.
yes,
It's
yes.
nice to know.
And
Yeah,
and also, not Waah Hyderabadi, but probably Bikani. I already have tasted it and I really found it well. I visited that outlet in Delhi with all my
yeah.
family, and it was fabulous. So I can understand now. I know that I don't have experience of Hyderabadi, but at least I can imagine now,
Yeah,
right?
no. The
How
place
the
is a very good, one of the best places we had in the family. It's a very prime location that we have there.
correct. So,
Yeah,
Chakradhar sir, in case if you would like to get in touch with us, Ambarish has already shared his number in the chat box, right? He can facilitate you with further discussion with the brand, and we can have a tri-party meet. So my request is to either you can leave your number in the chat box so that Amrish can take it, or you can have the Amrish number. You can connect with him right after this webinar, and we will do rest of the facilitation. In order to just to summarize this, the Waah Hyderabad is just more than a biryani chain, by the way. It's a brand rooted in family tradition, operational excellence, and of course, customers' trust. With a strong growth in Chennai, the national recognition, and ambitious expansion plan, it offers investors an opportunity to enter India's fastest growing food and beverage category and trust and scalable franchise model with three franchise model, which is absolutely fantastic and have a very uh, affordable investment, right? So, yeah, Ambrish, you can, Krishna sir has also shared his number in the chat box, right? You can note it down and you please connect with him. Yeah. All right. So that's it for the day, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much, Rasa, for coming here. It was indeed a great, opportunity. Having, understanding your brand and your legacy. Undoubtedly, a great opportunity for everyone. In case if anyone would like to go with us, call on the number that I have shared. If you want to connect with Amrish, he already have shared his number. If not, then I have also shared the centralized number 9717683838, and you can also. All right, so Avalan is from Chennai. In case if anyone from Chennai can also connect with Avalan, right? And we will have a deep dive discussion about the same opportunity. That's it, everyone. Thanks so much.
Thank
for
you very
joining.
much. Thanks for your time.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the event, and look forward.